Hello and welcome. All right, let's talk about it. There are some really big changes coming down the pike for Social Security in 2026, and if you're over 60, you're definitely going to want to be ready. In the next few minutes, we're going to break down exactly what's happening, from your benefit check all the way to your taxes. Okay, let's dive right in. So, the big headline for 2026, the number everyone is talking about, is the cost of living adjustment, the COLA. Thanks to the way inflation's been going, Social Security benefits are on track for a 2.8% boost. And that's the good news, right? A little more money in your pocket starting in January. But the real story is just a little bit more complicated than that. And yeah, that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? While Social Security is giving with one hand, well, you know how it goes. Other costs are taking away with the other. This is really the central puzzle that every single retiree is going to have to solve come 2026. So, let's try and solve this puzzle together. We're going to look at the money coming in, the money going out, and a few surprises along the way that honestly could make a huge difference to your bottom line. Okay, so check this out. This slide really lays the give and take out in black and white. On one side, you've got the gain. That COLA raise adds about $56 a month to the average retiree's check. But look at the other side, the pain point. Your Medicare Part B premium is projected to jump by almost 10%. That takes nearly $18 of that raise right back out of your pocket. So the key takeaway here is that your $56 raise is actually more like $38. But hey, it's not all about rising costs. There's another really important piece of this puzzle, and it's actually a pretty positive twist from Congress that a lot of people just don't know about yet. We're talking about a brand new tax break, and it's designed specifically for seniors. People are calling it this senior bonus. It came out of some recent legislation, and its goal is really simple. It's meant to help older Americans protect more of their retirement income from taxes by giving you a much larger standard deduction. And this is the number that really matters. This new rule allows eligible taxpayers to claim an enhanced deduction of up to $6,000. For a lot of people, this could seriously lower or maybe even completely eliminate the taxes you owe on your Social Security benefits. So you're probably asking, okay, do I qualify? Well, this slide breaks it all down for you. You can claim that full $6,000 deduction if your income is up to $75,000 as a single filer, or up to $150,000 if you're a married couple filing jointly. I mean, this is a potential game changer for millions of retirees. Now, putting taxes aside for a second, let's talk about another big piece of the puzzle for a lot of you, working while you're collecting benefits. The rules here are pretty strict, and you guessed it, the earnings limits are changing again in 2026. This is what they call the earnings test, and you really need to pay close attention to this. If you're collecting your benefits before your full retirement age, you can earn up to $24,480. But for every $2 you earn above that limit, Social Security will temporarily hold back $1 of your benefits. Now, the good news is that limit gets way more generous in the year you actually hit your full retirement age, jumping all the way up to over $65,000. Look, all of these rules are important, no doubt about it, but they all lead back to the single most critical decision you have control over, and that is when you choose to start claiming your benefits. And this chart, wow, it just perfectly illustrates what's at stake. If your full retirement age is 67, claiming at 62 means you're taking a permanent 30% cut in your monthly benefit for life. But if you can hold out until you're 70, your benefit actually grows by 24% above your full amount. That's thanks to delayed retirement credits. The difference in your monthly check is, well, it's just dramatic. But of course, here's the catch, right? This is the question everybody asks. Sure, the check is bigger if you wait, but you're getting fewer of them over your lifetime. So how in the world do you know if waiting is actually the right financial move for you? Well, this brings us to what's called the break-even point. So this timeline shows you that break-even point. That's the age where the total amount of money you've received from waiting finally surpasses what you would have gotten if you started early. If you wait until your full retirement age of 67, that crossover point usually happens around age 79. If you can really hold out until age 70, it pushes that break-even point to somewhere between age 80 and 81. This is where your personal health and your family history become really key factors in the decision. Okay, now let's zoom out for a minute. Beyond all of our personal decisions, it's really important to understand the long-term financial health of the Social Security program itself. Now, this isn't my opinion or some scary headline. This is the official projection. The Retirement Trust Fund is expected to face a shortfall by late 2032.
What that means is, at that point, the taxes coming in will no longer be enough to cover all the promised benefits, which creates a reality that Congress is going to have to deal with.
So what happens if Congress just does nothing? Well, the trust fund won't be empty. That's a common myth. But it will only be able to pay out a portion of the benefits that have been promised. We're talking about a potential across-the-board cut of about 25%. And that is why being proactive with your own retirement planning is so incredibly important. Hearing that long-term forecast can be a little unsettling, I get it. But it shouldn't cause you to panic. Instead, it should be a motivator to take some smart, practical steps today. So what are they?
First things first, get familiar with your My Social Security account online. Seriously, staffing at the Social Security Administration is at a historic 50-year low, so using their website is by far the fastest, most efficient way to get information and manage your benefits. And second, when you do decide you're ready to apply, do it 4 months before you want that first check to hit your bank account. Don't wait until the last minute. So the bottom line for 2026 really is a balancing act. You've got this modest COLA increase, but it's being chipped away at by higher Medicare costs. But then on the other hand, you have this powerful new $6,000 tax deduction that could put some real money back in your pocket. Knowing how all these pieces fit together, well, that's the key to navigating the year ahead successfully. The one thing we know for sure is that the rules are always evolving, and the financial landscape is always shifting. The key to a secure retirement is just staying informed. So make sure you subscribe to 60 Plus Money so you can stay ahead of the next big change. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer.